North Central opened its home season in a big way last weekend with a convincing victory over nationally ranked Wisconsin-Eau Claire. And from here, the team opens up conference play against a tough Carthage squad. The Red Zone is the place to be with all the info you need to get ready for Saturday. And it starts right now. Welcome to this week's edition of the Red Zone. I'm Alex Simmons, joined by Cardinal head coach John Thorne. Coach, you guys finish up the non-conference season against a nationally ranked team in Eau Claire, and you come out with a victory.
We sure did, and it was a lot of fun. The team we played was a very big, very good team, and so we were excited to have a chance to play somebody like that, and our players really stepped up. It was so much fun to watch, especially our defensive guys were just flying everywhere, and especially the D-line kids, which we're going to talk to some of them today, I think.
Yeah, and you alluded to it right there. The defense was the star of the show this week. Let's go to the highlight. Austin New and the Wisconsin-Eau Claire Blue Golds make their way to Benedetti Worley Stadium. The Cardinals, meanwhile, look ready for the challenge. We go to the first quarter. New gives a play-action fake, but Valente Garza and Willie Hayes converge. And when you get to Sacktown, you've got to do a dance. We're scoreless going into the second quarter, and the Cardinal passing game gets going. Brad Crackle gets a short pass to Steve Lavick, and Lavick makes it a long one, 43 yards in all, and the Cardinals are knocking on the door. Later in the series, Crackle fakes to Jordan Tassio, and he goes over the top, this time to Kyle Fedorowicz. He's wide open, and NCC is up 7-0. The D takes over from there. New hands to Joel Sweeney, and Matt Wenger cleans up the trash. That's a 4-yard loss. 2 plays later, and it's the pass rush again. Garza rips past the left tackle for a sack. The defense had 5 sacks in all. We're nearing the end of the first half, and North Central is facing a 4th down, and Crackle goes to who else? Steve Lavick. He makes a couple of guys miss. He gets the first down. That would lead to a field goal. Fourth quarter now, 10-3 on the scoreboard. Cards trying to put the game away. Crackle fakes inside and pitches outside to Nick Kukoc. He goes straight upfield. That's another Cardinal first down. Later in the drive, Crackle fakes to Kukoc, and this time it sets up the pass. This one goes to Jeff Grunwald inside the 5, 30 yards and all on the completion. Grunwald telling the crowd, get hyped. Very next play, Cardinals do put it away. Crackle gives to Denzel Thompson up the middle. He goes in for the score, and North Central comes away with a victory. Now, as we saw there, the defense was flying around, stopping anything and everything, and that's part of our game-changing performance this week. You got to be happy with the effort those guys put forth.
Oh, absolutely. The D-line was moving so fast, and all of a sudden, here's Matt Wenger getting 13 tackles. And that's what happens when both parts work together. Kane Thompson was just so impressive with how fast he was moving around. And then, of course, all the quarterback sacks and everything that came from the D-line, especially later in the game when they needed to try to get back in the game, then the guys wouldn't let them back in.
Yeah, and anytime Matt can go around and unblocked, he's a force to be reckoned with. Mm-hmm. And as we see here, Valente getting the sack. These guys, you stop the run, and it really sets you up to stop the pass as well.
Sure. And, some of these sacks ended up with the ball being on the ground. And Willie almost scooped one up and took it distance. Here they tried a little shovel pass, and all of a sudden it's hit. There it is on the ground. Willie's almost got that thing for a run into a touchdown type thing. It would have been fun.
And that was a rushing offense that was very good coming in. Joel Sweeney, their freshman, had been, racking up yardage on the ground, and you guys held them to 0.8 yards per carry. That's got to be something these guys were really proud of.
Well, they got 13 total yards, and they were averaging about 175 yards a game. So that's really getting the job done, and it was all speed. College is all about speed, and it really showed up in this game.
And the conference honored Matt Wenger with the Conference Player of the Week, along with your punter, Sean Wild. definitely well-deserved honors.
Yeah, and the neatest thing about that is Sean Wild is from Wisconsin, and all of his buddies were, texting him and Facebooking and all this stuff they do, and really trash talking about how bad the Cardinals were going to get beat by a Wisconsin team. So he was just thrilled, and we're happy that he had a great game.
And he's a guy that the week before punted 0 times, but when he got the call this week, he's a senior leader who really emerged.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's our guy, and that week we just didn't ever end up in a punting situation except once, and we wanted to throw out the Tassio punt formation so people have to look at it and try to decide how they want to try to defend it, give them one more thing to work on.
Yeah, definitely. Well, those guys, definitely a huge part of the victory, and the award-winning effort of Wenger and the defense is the subject of this week's What's the Word?
They're really good with their hands. Their linemen kept making me have to pick a different way, and their backers just filled the hole, and, they were just there just like that, Couldn't do anything about it, just had to try and lower my pads and just get the yards I could.
Well, our goal this week was to stop the run, and then so we knew that they were going to have to pass. And we pretty much knew their quarterback was going to start throwing it up for grabs. So we were just, laying off them and just letting them come to us pretty much.
We've been talking all week that it's going to come down to the line play. And I'll tell you what, our D-line today just stepped up and was huge for us. And, as a unit, they were the outstanding players of this game. And I can't say more about our defensive linemen today. They were awesome.
They were a good opponent. They were definitely good. They were big, so we know that we may not face people as big as them, but we know we can handle somebody as big as them now. We got speed. That's our biggest attribute. We're speed. We're fast in every position on the field.
They're a very good team, and they just do everything that they're supposed to do, fundamentally sound, and they do little things right, and they just came out and did everything that they had to do to beat us.
It was great to finally be at home. We had 2 long trips to start the season. Now we're back home, a little bit bigger crowds. It's fun playing on our own home field.
Getting a good win, it really helped us with the confidence. Carthage is going to be tough next week, though. We know that, so we got to start getting ready for them.
Now, Coach, as we switch to the other side of the ball, the offense didn't have the greatest day. Brad Crackle making his first start, and it seemed like he came out a little tight, making a couple errors on some throws. Was that maybe some first-game jitters in front of the home crowd?
Well, it could be. Actually, I thought the offensive players and the staff did a really good job of managing the game. We didn't put it into situations where we were going to have a turnover by throwing the ball. And once we got up by the 3 scores, then it's really take care of the ball and make sure that they don't get a chance to get back in the game. But the offensive line had another very good game. We rushed for right at 200 yards. The disappointing thing was our third down conversions. We went 3 and out too many times, which we just can't afford to ever do in a game. So that's the main focus this week, is making sure we can get those third downs and just move the chain once or twice even is all it takes. But you don't want to go 3 and out.
And quickly, you guys hear open conference play against Carthage on Saturday. What's one key you guys have to keep in mind going against them?
Well, they were able to score 48 points against us last year. They threw the ball for 560 yards, but our guys were able to really run the ball against them, and that made for a lot of easy throws for us. We did throw 2 picks last year, and one of them was taken all the way to the house. So lots of things with Carthage. It was one of those crazy, crazy games, and now we've got to make it look a little bit more like football on all phases for this year.
It's going to be a fun one to watch. Well, we're going to take a quick timeout, but don't go anywhere, as Coach Thorne and I will be joined on set by 2 of the Cards' defensive playmakers when we come back.